What's wrong, Squeaker? Afraid of a little speed? Hi, welcome to Reverse Gatekeeping. I'm Stefan, and this time I'm gonna be showing you how to create this basic frame that can let you kitbash any unit in the Skaven army into a Doomwheel. So yeah, with this tutorial you will be making just absolute chaos in the battlefield with just any thing you can think of can go in a Doomwheel in the Skaven army if you're brave enough. So without further ado, let me show you how I created this thing. So yeah, starting off, I cut a yogurt container. Now these things are not that important what you use, you just need something that's consistently round and has about the shape, because making perfect circles is a pain. So this should make your life easier. Now for the second part, I'm using some foam. Now foam specifically because foam can be bent into shape. So you want something that's not too thick so it won't break like you saw in the video. Just something that has enough thickness to maintain its shape. So how I'm attaching it is just using some hot glue. I like doing little bit by little bit instead of all at once because it dries, right? So you just want to keep it slow and steady, and you want to be shaping the foam as you go, because sometimes it can happen that the foam warps the plastic, especially if it's not something strong, it bends it out of shape. Now this step you only need to do if your shape is like mine, where one side is thicker than the other. So you just want to create an even surface where you can stick the board. So if your circle is for whatever reason not even, I would recommend filling it up with foam, especially if you're using a yogurt container like I am. Now, after pasting it, I let it dry, and I have a little bit of a trick because last time I built this, it absolutely sucked to paint the thing once it was built. So this time around, I am just gonna show you how I painted everything. So yeah. I am mixing 50-50 equal parts black paint and Mod Podge. As you can see, it is a very simple paint job. It doesn't have to be super neat, it's just there so you can block out any bright things. In this case, the white and the pink. Right now, we're kitbashing, we're not thinking about it, but later on, when you're painting it, it jumps out so much, so that's why I recommend doing it like this, so that you just don't have to struggle. In the first 5 or 6 Doomwheels I made, I didn't think of doing this, and this is honestly such a time saver, because it's where I struggled the most during painting, was reaching those hard to reach areas. So yeah, just a little tip from me, paint it before you do anything else. Now, once it's dry, you can attach the boards, which is gonna be the next part, the wood, which is honestly super simple as well. What you're gonna do is you're gonna want to get some sticks, some whatever you use. I use multiple things. I like to vary it a little bit, so I use popsicle sticks, coffee stirrers, and this other popsicle that I'll show it. It's such an annoying shape, and I'll show you what I do so that it's a little easier. But right now I found it easier to mark out and measure. I hate measuring, but this time it was worth it. You measure out the width of your wheel and you basically just cut the shapes, the boards to shape, because I tried it the other way where I would just paste the boards around the thing and then trim them to size, and it's too much work, you know, it's not worth it. I find this method way easier. So yeah, once you mark out the things, here I'm using the coffee stirrer, and it in my opinion, it just fits the aesthetic to just mix in the different board sizes. Here I'm showing you what I do. It looks a little messier, but for the Skaven it's no problem. But I do save this ones for when I'm doing like a more rickety kind of build. Because yeah, the boards are definitely not perfect. Here I got lucky and I got exactly 3 pieces, which is what I needed for, well, not much waste from the material. And yeah, that's basically what you need to do. Just cut a bunch of these boards, and once you have a bunch of them ready, you can start pasting them. Now, another tip I have is that you can actually, if you're low on this, firstly, you can steal them from any coffee shop, but secondly, they're not super expensive. You can find them online for all sorts of prices. But yeah, if you're still low, you can also just avoid doing the bottom. I keep it just in case, you know, I just feel better knowing that it's complete. But yeah, now I'm just putting some glue on both sides to paste the boards. And here, like with the foam, I do it bit by bit so it doesn't dry. Hot glue in my area dries really quick because it's really cold. There you saw, well, like two boards, and I was already struggling to do it. So yeah, just take your time here, and depending on how you do this, if you for some reason didn't paint it, you want to get the boards real tight, how I do in the end. In the beginning, I leave a little more space, and you can see why it's important to paint it beforehand. So yeah, here's how a completed wheel looks like with all the boards in it, most of the boards in it. And yeah, this part is super simple. You want to get something like a energy source. In my opinion, it's important that your opponent has something to see that signifies, hey, this is how this blows up. Here I put some canisters even in this one, just so it gives the illusion that there's something moving it, like some kind of fuel. Here it's a little more obvious. It's this huge red container in the middle, and yeah, it is connected with some tubes, which I use cables. Just any sort of cable does great for that. Now for the frame, you saw in that I used the original kit, but if you're doing this from scratch or you don't want to mess up your original kit for some reason, sprues work great. Now I also left all of these little knobs because they're good for attaching things. And again, we're kitbashing. If it doesn't work, you can remove them. Wood works great as well. And another thing you want to look out for is this kind of shape. This shape, you can bend the sprue also with patience and some heat. You can just start bending them to shape, but if you already have it, some work saved. Those are important because you can make the sort of armature that goes around the Doomwheel. You have to make some sort of mechanism that makes it look like it is holding, or that this thing somehow works. We don't want to get super crazy with details like that, but you want it to make sense. So this here, this part here that I'm doing upstairs is for the flag. I am attaching it like this from the back. It just needed something to attach. You can also make a platform. I did that for my belt, and that is gonna allow us to mount a flag in it. Now for the flag, I like using cans. Cans are this great, super cheap material. Here, for Germans, I'm sorry, I'm wasting 25 cents, but honestly, this material is so good. It is super thin, but it still keeps its shape. Some people don't like it because it's too thin. I find for scaling, it still cuts it. While you're cutting it, just be careful, these things are sharp. So yeah, but you can make a basic triangle shape, and there you see I gave it a little bit of a lip because it is super useful to attach it to a pole, and it looks better in my opinion. If it's 2 or 3 little lips instead of just a whole big piece, it just looks weird, right? Once you cut your shape, you can start bending it. Now the great thing about this material is it bends and it keeps its shape, right? So if you are happy with it, you just have to try it, bend it around, but just give it the fold so it looks like a flag. Once you're happy with it, this is how mine looks. You can just start mounting it on the pole and priming it. Now this part is if you're doing a mounting cannon or if you're mounting something, this is great, and I'll show you how it looks in the model. But basically this vertical horizontal stick is super important for sticking the crew. It's again just a little platform, and on the other side for sticking the cannon. Now this is where our builds are gonna differ. This Doomwheel in particular, I'll use it for a special project that I'll show. It's probably my next video. I will be making a Doomwheel train as terrain, but in your case, you now have the framework for any sort of Doomwheel that you want. So if you want to make it a cannon, or I always blank on the name, but the one I was basically dunking on last episode, you can just add it there. So that's why the stick is there. Now if you're making the bigger variants like the bell or the plate furnace, I do recommend firstly using bigger wheels, and instead of using the canisters or whatever power source, there's where you can put either the rats that are pulling the chain or the bell. The bell looks great there in my opinion. And yeah, so if you end up doing this, I would love to see how you do it. I love the Doomwheel. I'm gonna be posting probably some more stuff about the Doomwheel. But yeah, I just want to say thanks for watching. If you made it this far, hell yeah. Yeah, just remember, drop a like, subscribe, and I will be trying to improve as much as I can, and I'll be posting more Skaven related stuff. So yeah, see you next video. Thanks.